Have you had a look at the prompt library in Angie where you can now hit the ground running with some pre-built prompts? And of course you can refine them, but I just want to show you what Angie's now giving you. So if I go over to Angie, and you got to install the plugin that you can get for free, and you do need to have an elemental.com account. But if I go and click home, I get to now see some prompts or widgets that have already been built. Now you can even use the tab at the top, but I recommend you go and click more ideas and then go and click all prompts. And I'm pretty sure I counted over 92 prompts for you, but I just want to show you something I did. I took one of these moving image gallery prompts, and what I did was copy the prompt. Now you can either click copy or you can copy the text over here, because this is the prompt. And then I went over to one of my pages, click the Angie icon, Angie appears. Make sure you are logged in with an elemental.com account, and then I went and added in the prompt. But I also added in a little bit extra that I do recommend you do for any prompts that you get from anywhere, not just from Angie. Ensure this is done safely and does not break or ruin the site or cause any critical errors. In fact, whenever you're using Angie or any AI engine connected tool, whatever, MCP, do it on a test or a staging website. Don't do it on a live production website, because you can't always predict what it might do, and play safe. Do take a backup as well. And what Angie did, and it did it within about 2 minutes, is it just went and explored the site and the resources, and it went and created this marquee gallery. And once it's done it, you'll get asked to refresh the page, which you do, and then after testing, I published it to live. If I go back over to Angie and I click on code snippets, you'll now see the marquee gallery is there, and I could either click edit with Angie, and then it will allow me to start editing it where you can refine it with some more prompts, or you can click edit, and now you're going to see the code. Now, I do recommend you do it all within Angie, because it knows your back end. It knows what it's working with. But if you were going to stick this into somewhere else because you wanted to refine it elsewhere, you could do, but I strongly recommend you stay in Angie. So where's the widget? You go and hit the plus sign. We've got atomic elements. And then below here, we have custom widgets. And there's the marquee gallery. I'm going to drop that in. Now, you might not see anything, but can you see on the left-hand side? It's now asking me to go and add in my images. As a reminder, it was display multiple images or logos in a horizontal moving track. Add a control to choose movement direction, left to right. Add controls for speed, spacing, and image size. Make it loop smoothly and infinitely responsively on desktop and mobile. So let's go and add in some images. I'm going to go to my marquee settings. I'm going to make it flow quicker. I can decide if it's going left to right. I can even decide if it's going to pause on hover. Move your mouse over it, it pauses. I can decide on my spacing between the images. I can decide on the height. And there it is, my marquee gallery. Now, I know you could do this with a bit of CSS on the existing carousels, but if you're not comfortable with CSS, or maybe this is a client, or you're getting used to Elemental or working with websites, being able to use existing prompts or even just define it yourself. You could even go to Angie and say, write the code for me and move and whatever you want it to do. But what if you wanted a little bit more? And that is exactly what I wanted. So what I did was I clicked on the marquee gallery and I went back over to Angie. So when you click on it, it will now say it is touching the marquee gallery. If you touch a page, a widget, anything like that, you're just letting it know that this is the thing I want to change. Because what if I wanted something even funkier? So this is the marquee gallery that's been refined, and I'm going to show you what I did. So now I've got a block. So not only can I add in images, I can basically add in anything I want, to be honest. And look over here. When I move my mouse over, it will pause. Notice how some of them are thinner. And when I move over it, they actually open out. This one is a different size. I can set the start and the hover grow size. And what I did was I started with the default prompt that I got from the prompt library, let it do its stuff, and then I started asking it a bit more, like I want to start at 50% of the size and I want it to grow to 100% when you hover over it. I want to be able to add text and not just images. It might be images, GIFs, movies, and I'm going to show you the settings. And it did it, but it gave me a WYSIWYG for the text, which I felt was a bit more complicated, so I just wanted a content block. I also wanted to control the font family and the colors. And eventually we got to this new widget that I called Content Gallery. So I told it what to title it. Unlike the other one where you just selected loads of images, now you have control. So if I go over here to this image, I go and added my image. I can add in a link as well. So if I go over here and I hover, can you see in the bottom left corner of the screen, it says elemental.com. I can decide on my starting width. So look, this could be really wide and it will now go to a smaller size when you hover. Or you could have it really, really super thin. Let's make it be something ridiculous like that. So start and end size. For every item, you can decide if it's going to be an image or a content block. And you can see that I have quite a bit of control over what I enter into there. Now, this is just the start of what I created. If I was to go, well, actually, I now want to have a call to action button in there as well. And I want to be able to control it and the HTML tag and the styling of it, you could do that. Again, you can do a link, and I could even set the width of my block as well, that you can see what I'm doing over there with it right now. And I went and added in more images. Let's go down to settings. Very similar to what we had before, but this time I may decide there is no scrolling. So maybe I'm only going to show a set number of images and text. That's all within the block. Rather than me now going flex container, now I'll add in my images, now I'll add in my text block, now I'll add in my heading widget, now I'll add in a paragraph widget, now I'll start styling it all out. Does this or does this not speed up maybe something you wanted to add on your site? And anytime your client or you go, actually, we do want to have it scrolling, fine, go and enable it. Let's go to style, your track height, so you can make it be bigger or smaller. Obviously, the gap between your items, your border radii, you can do all that. Down here for your content block, your background color. Now, this isn't expansive, and of course you do get the typography, so if you want to drop in your font clamp formula, your weighting and all of that, but if you wanted to add in more, just go and prompt it to do more for you. I was able to go over to Angie and home, and I went over and looked at the prompts they've got, and I went and picked one, and I thought, let's start with that, let's see what I get. And then I refined it to make something very unique that's going to work for me and other people. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'm Imran from Web Squadron. Like, subscribe, share, and follow. Take care. See you soon. Bye.